chair will come. Can I take this chair and then? Okay, you can do it. I'll take this chair.
Hare
Sankirtan.
Jai. Hare Krishna. His Grace Radha Krishna Prabhu ki. So thank you all for coming. This is really a wonderful occasion, auspicious occasion. We're gathering today for the first time officially to celebrate Radha Krishna Prabhu's Vyas Puja, his 65th Vyas Puja celebration. And it's really exciting day. We get to, you can't hear it?
Yeah, it's kind of very low.
Prabhu, can we adjust the volume a little bit? As many of you all know, Prabhu officially became an initiating spiritual master in our movement last year. And in many ways it was as a disciple of Dhamma Krishna Goswami Maharaj, who we know who we refer to very lovingly as Srila Gurudev, and the grand disciple of Srila Prabhupada. It was in many ways a historic occasion, I thought, and very special to see Prabhu take this step. Although he's been connecting people to Srila Prabhupada and for decades, but to officially be in a position where he can officially connect devotees and can connect with him in a deeper way is really wonderful thing. So one characteristic of Prabhu that I really admire is just his deep faith in Srila Prabhupada and Guru and Krishna, and he really understands that Krishna consciousness is serious business. And I've always learned that from him over many, many years. And at the same time, he encourages us to be practical as grahastas and as devotees in our journeys in Krishna consciousness. I personally don't know where I'd be today without you, Radha Krishna Prabhu. And I know many of us here can say the same. It's really special to do this here in this community because you've touched so many of lives here, spending so much of your time here. And Prabhu took up Krishna consciousness at a very young age, actually, at around the age of 25, right? And at a time when, many of us, at least I can speak for myself, are thinking about making money and who to marry and all those other things. And so, he didn't have an interest in those things. And then he gave his life to Guru and Krishna. And it's really admirable what he's done for the community here and what he continues to do for Srila Prabhupada's movement. We have a lot of speakers today, as you would imagine. We ask humbly that you limit your offering to about 2 to 3 minutes, if possible, short and sweet. We're all excited to glorify Prabhu and appreciate him. We also want to honor him with the wonderful feast that the devotees have prepared. So we're hoping to do the offerings till about noon, and then have Pushpanjali and Arti, and then we'll have Prashadam. So without further ado, we'll start. And our first speaker will be His Holiness Hanuman Prashad Swami Maharaj.
Maharaj, there's no time limit, right?
Mukam karoti vachalam pangun langayade garibya kripatamaham vande Shri Gurun Yunakarinam. First, I want to say that I derive great sadistic pleasure for seeing Maharaj here. I can retire now. When you first become a Diksha Guru, there's automatically, obviously, some honor and stuff. And real quick, you figure out there's a lot of work, basically. Very short and sweet. I was here many years ago, and Big Brother, some people call him Goswami, call him Big Brother. Big Brother called me into his room. Goswami wants to talk with you. So about 3:30 in the afternoon, it was in Dallas, I think. I came in and Maharaj was working all these papers behind his big desk and everything. He said, so I sat down. And so many experiences with him. Like my big brother, he's my godbrother. Prahlad Maharaj would offer his respects to his senior godbrother as like a spiritual master. Right in one purport. So he finished off writing and he said, I want to tell you that I like you. Okay, okay, thank you. Very formal. And he said, I've had my spies, he didn't say that. I've had people, asking about what you're doing and your preaching and that kind of stuff. And I want to say that I'm pleased with your preaching here. And you can give a certain kind of association to my disciples that they need, which I can't give. So very interesting, and I want to give you a donation so you have $50 so you don't have to go out collecting so you can spend more time here. So here I'm trying to fulfill, my spiritual master Tamal Krishna Maharaj's, Shiksha Guru, desires, and don't worry, it's already been paid for. so no payments necessary. Then beyond that, it was a very, very nice Sridhar Maharaj, Prabhupada's godbrother. And when he passed on, Prabhupada had all the devotees in Seattle write a letter, a very formal letter, and we talked about it very feelingly and stuff and so on. So he wrote a book called Guru and His Grace. He didn't write it actually, it was an addition from lectures. And one thing very much impressed me is that in the beginning we're trying to get as few gurus as we can, okay? And we want them to be older, and one book it says that preferably you should pick a guru who's already dead. Yeah, these kind of things, because what's it called? It's Daddy Am I a Hindu? We had Vishwanatha. Because that way he won't embarrass you and this kind of stuff, so on. So, but Sridhar Maharaj was saying, Tranada peace and Ichena Tarori Pasahishna. The goal is to see how everybody is your guru. And that's Krishna's goal. He's the most renounced. Radharani is trying to find him. So if we have that attitude towards guru, that basically we're trying to see how everybody is our guru. But in different proportions, different perspectives like that. And so, Prabhuji's taken up this responsibility. Prabhupada says that initiation is a formality, but not a meaningless formality. Something happens. Weddings are formalities, but not meaningless. Once you're married, that's it. Yeah, you can't go back. Yeah, so these things are very important decisions, and they work. They help us in our spiritual life. But behind the formalities, which is one line, Diksha Guru, is also Shiksha Guru. Prabhupada says usually the principle of Shiksha Guru becomes a Diksha Guru. So if we're taking Shiksha from Prabhupada rather than Ramanuja, Acharya, or Jesus Christ, then we'll take initiation from Prabhupada. Yeah. Okay, so then Prabhuji's received Maha Mantra, so he can give Harinam Diksha, right? Okay. And he's received Gayatri mantras, so he can give, Gayatri Diksha to his disciples. But now when some of them become more advanced and want to take sannyas, so can't give the mantra until you got it. I'll stop at that point at this point. Yeah. So it's everybody here, we're all gurus. As soon as you hear anything, you're Vartmana Pradarshana Guru. If you take initiation, you become a Brahmin. You represent the Sampradaya, So today it's a very nice ceremony. I think it represents a lot about ISKCON in general. How ISKCON in general is making actual progress and developing. By Srila Prabhupada's unlimited mercy. He keeps dragging us on like that. So we also want to offer respects and thanks to Radha Krishna Prabhu for his activities and service. And I've stopped initiating it. And basically I recommend anybody who wants to take initiation from the Spanish community, take it from Yadunandan Swami. Want to take sannyas, take it from Yadunandan Swami. Anybody who wants to take initiation in his culture, I say he's a nice guy, we get along. Yeah. It doesn't mean we're perfect, no. We got more room for improvement. What's the biggest room in the world? What's the biggest room in the world? Improvement. The room for self-improvement. Yeah. So we all have more progress to make, but I feel very, very happy that we're giving something to the world, very generous. And I have my tooth is starting to ache now, so I might disappear like Madhvacharya. So thank you all very much.
Swami Maharaj Ki the Diksha Guru for whole of Houston Yatra. Jai.
Jai. Thank you, Maharaj. Next we have His Grace Shamsundar Prabhu. And then after that, Mother Guru Bhakti. I think I just saw her on this.
वांछिकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. So this is a very joyous occasion to glorify our dear Godmother. Sorry for my breathing because I was running from my house. I want to finish my 64 today. So we started at 12:58, finished at 9:53. So this occasion is so nice. I think we are very grateful because we have seen in our devotional practice, you can give respect to a sannyasi or you can give respect to the junior because they respect you. But to have the respect and cordial relationship with the equals is the taste of our devotion. So I think I know Radha Krishna Prabhu for more than 33 years. And you know, there's one thing about our relationship that I'm a most fallen. I'm also a lot of ignorant. I may have offended Radha Krishna Prabhu so many times. But he is so kind. He is elevated soul that he never take the serious offense from me, I hope. And we have a wonderful relationship for many years. Prabhuji is so kind that he will come to visit my home if Prabhuji don't see me for a while. He is so kind, he will come always, at least once a month. Prabhuji will stop by at my house to see the well-being of his fallen brother. I'm really in debt to his magnanimity, and as a brahmachari, the principal duty of the brahmachari is that they should be expert in the scripture, and also their lives should be completely dedicated for pleasure of their Guru Maharaj. So these are the prime responsibilities as a brahmachari. So I am very grateful for my godbrother that he has exhibited fully those two qualities, that he is well versed in the scripture and also he has served my Guru Maharaj from his heart. So we are very in debt to your wonderful service, and the dharma that you should perform, you have done wonderfully. Also, Radha Krishna Prabhu is the pioneer for education at ISKCON of Houston. He is leading the Department of Education for many, many years. And very kind person, a very exalted personality. We will never able to appreciate the qualities until we associate with Radha Krishna Prabhu. So I don't want to take too much time, but please keep me at the desk of your feet and please bless us on this auspicious day so we can remain steadfast in our devotion. Thank you very much.
Ramachandra Prabhu Ki Jai. It's our local Houston Namaja.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. So next we'll have Mother Guru Bhakti. Then after that, Sarvabhauma Prabhu.
So I'm very happy to see you take this responsibility of carrying on the disciplic succession from Srila Prabhupada through Radha Krishna Maharaj, and then taking the responsibility that he had asked you to take care of people who approach you. So I know this has not been your tendency, so I can appreciate the austerity you have to take on to be responsible for people, because as a brahmachari that may not be something that you have to do. So I congratulate you for taking up this, rising to that task, and I pray that Guru and the Parampara will bless you to be an authentic and genuine link, who will link all the devotees who are to come in the Parampara, and they will always keep you safe and healthy. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Madhuguru Bhakti ki jai. Sarvabhauma Prabhu ki jai.
Radha Krishna is a very balanced person. He's very much friendly to both new people and senior devotees. He's very loyal to ISKCON. He seems to be a harmonist. He wants to cooperate with Prabhupada's mission, and he joined at a young age. I think of him similar to Swayam Bhagavan Keshava Maharaj, who said that we have to take responsibility in Krishna consciousness, so it's quite a responsibility to be initiating Guru. And there's some anxiety with that. So I admire him for taking this responsibility and for being loyal to Srila Prabhupada and his initiating spiritual measures on Krishna Maharaj. And he's very balanced. He's done so much nice service in teaching. He worships the deities. He's a wonderful cook. So he's just a good representative of Prabhupada. And I think we're all very proud of him. And we wish him all the very best. And we're very fortunate he spends a lot of time in Houston. Radha Krishna Prabhu ki jai.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you.
Next we'll have His Grace Nityananda Prabhu, just arrived from Dallas.
Jai. Hare Baba, didn't see.
ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यः वैष्णवेभ्यः नमो नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते नमः कृष्ण गोस्वामी। Hare Krishna. Wow, what a joy. This is the happiest day of our life. It is said that when we celebrate the appearance day of the spiritual master, when we do Vyas Puja, that we are actually doing the Vyas Puja of all spiritual masters, because Guru is one. So every opportunity we get to attend a Vyas Puja program is actually our greatest honor and our greatest reward for being in Krishna consciousness. So actually, the principle in life is, of course, the spiritual master. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevya upadekshyantate jnanam jnanamas tattvadarshana. A number of times Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita explains his position and his own relationship with us. And in 3 places, he actually describes that he comes to us as the Chaitya Guru, he comes to us as the instructions of the Bhagavad Gita. Then he also says he comes to us as his representative, as the spiritual master. So these are 3 ways Krishna comes to us. And so, as disciples, our greatest service is to please the spiritual master, because the spiritual master saved us. You know, this is the last bus stop to hell. In the planetary systems, Earth planet is the last planet after which the hellish planets actually start. And so, actually we've been traveling on this bus downwards, because we go upwards and downwards called the chakra. And here we can be stopped at the bus stop and say, get off the bus, you're in the wrong direction, go in the right direction. And the person who helps us do that is the spiritual master. So he saves us. And the greatest way we can actually show appreciation to the spiritual master, to in some way repay the spiritual master, is to become a spiritual master yourself. Because it is described that the service of a guru is to train gurus. A guru is considered a guru because the guru is able to train gurus and actually bring up gurus under that guru. This is why, you know, when sometimes people say that Srila Prabhupada was the last spiritual master, it's actually an insult to Srila Prabhupada. Because that means to say that he could not make gurus. Whereas he actually made so many gurus, and he's called Prabhupada, which means at his feet other gurus actually sit. So similarly, Srila Gurudev's greatest glory is that he was able to train his disciples to become spiritual masters. And of course, there are 3 types of spiritual masters. Those who show us the path, those who actually personally hold our hand and take us back home, back to Godhead, and those who actually introduce us into the Sampradaya. Formally, all 3 gurus actually playing very important roles, and sometimes all 3 roles are played by the same spiritual master, as Srila Prabhupada did. So actually, when for the first time I was asked, because as the town president and as the regional secretary for Texas, I was asked whether I would recommend my very dear godbrother, Radha Krishna Prabhu, to be a spiritual master. For me, there was no hesitation at all, for a number of reasons, and Shyamsundar Prabhu actually elucidated those reasons very nicely. That his understanding of scripture is par excellence, it's perfect, and his character is perfect as well. So when you have these 2 things, then you can actually become a spiritual master by the blessings of your own spiritual master. So actually, I was thinking of that day, it was like a thought came in my mind, and I started laughing inside. And I was laughing because whenever I met Radha Krishna Prabhu, I would say, hey Prabhu, how are you doing? How are you, Radha Krishna Prabhu? But now I have to say, Srila Radha Krishna Prabhu. So I have to add one more word in front of that. I can't just say Radha Krishna, I have to say Srila Radha Krishna, because that's actually the correct designation now. And he's a spiritual master, and so we actually become the disciples. And I'm very, very honored to be a disciple of Srila Radha Krishna Prabhu. Because, you know, in this life, most of us don't understand, and practically hardly anybody understands, that the purpose of life is actually to go back home, back to Godhead. It is not to make a nest in this world. It is not to spend time in this world and enjoy this world, whether materially or spiritually. Even to become a spiritual master in this world is forbidden. Anybody who thinks they're a spiritual master is not a spiritual master. It's described very clearly in scripture. The purpose of life is actually to go back home, back to Godhead. And to go back to Godhead, we really have to turn our backs on material life. And it's very hard to do that, because for billions and billions of lives, we've lived material lives. So everything we do, our whole DNA seems to have changed to materialistic way of living. So here, we're interested in 3 things, and those are the 3 things that Lord Chaitanya tells us not to have, which is Dhanam, Janam and Sundaram. Not to actually chase wealth, not to chase the opposite sex, and not to chase followers. But these are the three things everybody's attracted to. Everybody wants to become rich and famous. So, it's just going in the opposite direction. So when you have an exemplar, a person who actually has turned his or her back to material life and focuses now on Krishna, that example gives us encouragement, it gives us enlightenment to walk the same path. At this time I'm just reading a part of the Bhagavatam again, which deals with Dhruva Maharaj, and is described by Srila Prabhupada very wonderfully in one of the purports, that what happens is that Maya Devi is throwing obstacles at us, and we're trying to dodge obstacles in our lives. We have this problem, that problem, we try to adjust to this problem, dodge that problem, but actually our vision should be on Krishna. We should always be thinking, what can I do to please Krishna? And to please Krishna, the fastest way to please Krishna is to please the spiritual master and to please the devotees. Spiritual master is not an easy person to please. Those of us who are disciples of Srila Gurudev know that very well. He was a very difficult person to please. And I personally, because I have known Srila Radha Krishna Prabhu for some time now, and sometimes at very close quarters seen how he has been serving Srila Gurudev, became the longest serving secretary of Srila Gurudev. It's not easy to be a secretary. I mean, I can tell you stories that you'll be just like, wow, how can that even happen? He went through all of that difficulty, personally suffering in different ways, which he never complained about. But at no point did he take his eyes off the prize, which was to show love to Krishna and to show love to the spiritual master and to show love to all of us. He never took his eyes off that prize. And that's not an easy thing to do. The world will always distract you. Somebody will distract you. Some situation will happen. You will feel insulted. This will happen, that will happen, and you take your eyes off momentarily off Krishna. That is the biggest mistake we can make in our life. And I can very confidently say with all of my heart and soul that Srila Radha Krishna Prabhu has never done that. He never did that. Personally, as temple president in Dallas, for the years that I served, the initial years were very difficult years, very, very difficult years. And there was another devotee with us at the time, Ramachandra Prabhu. The three of us would be there, and he would guide me, and Ramachandra Prabhu would guide me as well. And this is a little before I became temple president as well. And at all times I saw, in my own heart I felt like if there is going to be a spiritual master amongst us disciples, Radha Krishna Prabhu is definitely going to be there on the top. And now it's been proven. And so when I heard, somehow on my WhatsApp I got a message that there was going to be a Vyas Puja program in Houston for him, I thought to myself, wow, I'm so lucky that I have WhatsApp and that I watch WhatsApp once in a while. I don't normally watch WhatsApp because so many messages, so many things happening, hard to keep up with everything. But for this one, actually, Kalachandji helped me out by actually see this message. And when I saw the message, I immediately told my wife, I'll be going to Houston on Saturday. And we had a lot of other things that are going on. I signed off everything and I told them, sorry, that is the program. I'm not going to avoid it. You won't catch me dead not being in that program. Anyway, thank you so very much, Prabhuji. You're a great inspiration to all of us. And I know it's not an easy service that you've taken on. Just to be Krishna conscious oneself is very hard. To take responsibility for somebody else's Krishna consciousness, that is amazingly difficult.
Just sitting here is already difficult.
Well, he's accepting this on behalf of Gurudev as well. We all see that, Gurudev was such an amazing spiritual master and helped us so much in our lives. But, we're here for you. Please allow us to serve you. We know that there will be challenges along the way, whatever. Good times and bad times, we're here with you all the time, in all of those times. Some of the devotees in Dallas who met me as I was coming here, one was our very dear temple president, His Grace Nrsimha Prabhu, asked me to please offer his love to you. And his mother, Kunti Devi, actually wrote a offering and said, please read the offering. It's a very long offering. And I know there's lots of people here. I always like it that the people who are here get the first opportunity to speak. But at some point, if I'm able to read that, or I'll just give it to you personally so you can...
She sent me also.
Oh, you got it. Okay, nice. Thank you so very much. Jai. Srila Radha Krishna Prabhu ki Jai. Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Shri Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki Jai. Jai Gaur Premanandi.
Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai.
Thank you so much, Nityananda Prabhu, for coming all the way from Dallas. Wonderful to see you.
This is the first time I'm paying full dandavats to Radha Krishna Prabhu.
I pay dandavats back to you. Anyway, I'm giving all my dandavats to all of you. If I keep getting down and up, I don't think I'll last.
So next we have Rasikendra Prabhu, and then Sarangadhaka Prabhu will be next.
My dear Radha Krishna Prabhu, my heartfelt congratulations and birthday wishes on this very auspicious and glorious day. So I've known Radha Krishna Prabhu probably since 1992. So it's 32 years, and has many memories of him serving Srila Gurudev. Always in the hot seat. Hot seat. Now he's also taken the hot seat right now. So, being a spiritual, we are in some capacity, we play the role of gurus in our life, but not in a formal capacity. But Radha Krishna Prabhu has taken the austerity and the formidable challenge of becoming an initiating guru in ISKCON. So Lord Chaitanya has said, Jare deke tare kaha Krishna upadesh hamara anya hai hana tare desh. He said, on my order, preach the instructions of Krishna as it is spoken in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, and deliver this land. So Radha Krishna Prabhu has formally taken that responsibility. So it is a significant responsibility. Those of you who have children know what it means to be a parent. In some capacity, being a parent is also being a guru. So it's never easy. There's so many challenges. And in this day and age, even a guru has to be very careful how he instructs his or her disciples. So it's a challenge. And I really wish Radha Krishna Prabhu my heartfelt best wishes in this new chapter of his life. And I'm here to give all the support in any capacity me and my wife can give him in this capacity. So I'm not going to call him Srila Radha Krishna Prabhu. He may feel very awkward if I call him, so just to save him the embarrassment, I'm going to call him Radha Krishna Prabhu. So I wish you very much. Happy Vyas Puja, Radha Krishna Prabhu ki Jai.
Prabhu ki Jai.
So next we have our temple president, His Grace Sarangadhaka Prabhu, and then after that Shri. I thought I saw her. There we go. Shri will be next, and then Amalanam Prabhu. So just a reminder, please humbly ask, keep your offerings 2 to 3 minutes, short and sweet. Like I said towards the beginning, I know some of you just arrived. We want to honor Prabhu through all these wonderful offerings and appreciations and glorify him here, but we also want to honor him with the wonderful feast that the devotees are preparing for Prabhu. So if we can keep it short and sweet, please, that would be wonderful.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyo vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Srila Radha Krishna Prabhu ki jai. Almost, it's been over 20 years since Radha Krishna Prabhu has been our Shiksha Guru. When we first came to Krishna conscious movement. And I have seen, for almost, he has been practically Shiksha Guru for the entire Houston community. Obviously, and also he has been Shiksha Guru for many other communities. He travels to Seattle, Austin, Dallas, and so many places. They have taken Krishna consciousness, the seed of Krishna consciousness, through his bhakti. And it's amazing. And even in Houston, so many generations. We went through, and prior to our generation, we have heard from others that have taken Shiksha from him, as well as our children are still taking guidance from him and Shiksha from him, and so many. So he has been a constant presence in so many devotees' lives all across the world, and we are very fortunate to have such a person. He's exemplary in his devotion, in his commitment, and his loyalty and faith to Srila Prabhupada's teachings, and Srila Gurudev's mood. Also, he kind of exemplifies that also in a sense that he is the sweetest of all sweet people, but he is also the hard when he has to chastise someone. And we all went through that also, most of us at least, been through that. So it kind of exemplifies Srila Gurudev's mood in terms of being very strict and very strong to make us proper in our devotional service. But at the same time, he is very kind and very loving, and he's there for everyone in whatever the occasion, irrespective of whether you are a 12-year-old going through your 13-year-old going through your teenage issues, to all the way to someone who is going through vanaprastha and trying to figure out things. So we are very fortunate to have Radha Krishna Prabhu take this next role as an initiating spiritual master. It's our good fortune to have him take this challenge and continues to guide us through in our devotional service, and especially for our community, he has been a great boon. So we are very thankful, and our heartfelt gratitude on behalf of all the community for your services for almost over 3 decades. And we pray to Srila Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada to bless you with many, many more years of your continued devotion and continued guidance to all of us. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Next we have Shri. Like Sargataka Prabhu said, Radha Krishna Prabhu has really touched the lives of devotees here at every stage of life. Youth, young adults, grahastha, like you said, vanaprastha. And so Shri is one of our youth in the community here, and has grown up in the community. And so,
Hare Krishna. Radha Krishna Prabhu is one of my first spiritual teachers in the community, and he has seen me grow since I was a little girl. And throughout the many years I've known him, I've witnessed many of his amazing qualities, such as his patience. I know one year, like, I was helping with the Thanksgiving feast, and I kept cutting myself with vegetable knives because I was on vegetable cutting duty. And instead of, like, telling me to leave or stop helping or, like, getting mad at me, he actually put me to help with something else that I was better at, better suited to me. I know if I was in that position, I would have been very angry, and I would have been like, yeah. Another amazing quality is that he's regularly always checking up on the devotees in the community. Whenever I'm in town, he always stops by on the weekends. He talks to me and my family about various topics, ranging from like the world news to school to spiritual life. And it has really motivated me into like pursuing what I really like and what I'm interested in, and also like going down in my spiritual practice. One thing that I keep very dear to me is how he has always told me to pursue something that makes me happy and that makes me passionate. Because at a time where I was confused about what to pursue in college or like my career-wise, I would hear many different opinions, like, oh, go be a doctor, be an engineer, be a lawyer, like all these high-paying jobs. But some of those things just didn't make me happy, and hearing that like piece of advice really like allowed me to pursue what I really liked. And I'm much happier than I would have if I didn't take that advice. I look up to him for how he is an amazing devotee and how he is so passionate about teaching, like the Bhakti Shastri course that I took with him from like 2018 to 2021-ish, or 2022. He has been very passionate about teaching us, and he really wants us to understand the philosophy in depth, and he connects like these world like news applications with our teachings, which makes it really easy for us to relate to growing up. So thank you, Prabhu, for all the guidance.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shri. Shri, I hear you're in the midst of exams and other things, and so thank you for coming all the way. She's studying at Texas A&M now, and she came all the way to be a part of this. Thank you so much. So next we have His Grace Amalanam Prabhu, and then we have Damodar Sharan. Junior.
I wrote this down, but it's only one side.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, dear Radha Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, and all glories to you on this auspicious day of your Vyas Puja. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita says it's not possible for a conditioned soul to directly meet Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But if one becomes a sincere devotee and seriously engages in devotional service, Lord Krishna sends an instructing spiritual master to show him favor and invoke his dormant propensity for serving the Supreme. In your many years of dedicated service to the mission of Srila Prabhupada, you have similarly manifested as a Shiksha Guru before thousands of conditioned souls, including myself, as a representative of Krishna, reminding us of the true purpose of life and instructing us on the path to devotional service. My opportunity to get your association started, and I looked it up today, in September 2015, when I signed up for your Bhakti Shastri class. I was told that you were very strict, the exams would not be easy, and so on. And to this day, I do not know where that came from, because that class was a glorious 5 to 6 years of regularly associating with you and other devotees, enjoying the unhurried discussions, the humor, the digressions into vocabulary and grammar, literature, pop culture, and I appreciate you putting us, a few of us, on the spot during the class, reminding us that we are not the greatest things in sliced bread, although our enormous false ego indicates otherwise. In the fictional Lotus Hotel and Casino in Percy Jackson and the Olympians, time never passes and nobody wants to leave because they're enjoying so much. Along the same lines, I wish you would offer a forever edition of Bhakti Shastri, where no one has to leave because there is no end date. It will also help if there are no exams. So thank you for always being there, always answering questions that clear our doubts, always encouraging us to make spiritual progress. You are very approachable and a true friend and well-wisher to everyone of all ages. And you have offered your friendship so generously. I am sure I have committed great offenses to you out of a foolish conception that I am somehow your equal. Please forgive those offenses and continue to shower your blessings on our family and on all of us assembled.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Next we have Damodar Sharan Prabhu Jr. And after that, Radha Prabhu will speak next, and then Dai Kali Dasi. Damodar Sharan is also one of the, somewhere between youth and young adult in our community, the son of Sarang Thakur Prabhu. He's studying medicine now, and he's with us, or back in the US for some time. So thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I think most people who have spoken before me have talked about how important you are to this community as a Shiksha Guru. Me personally, I've been fortunate enough to have grown up in this community since I was a child. And so Prabhu has been a part of my life since, even probably before I can remember. Of course, Amal Prabhu just spoke about the Bhakti Shastri class, and honestly, that was some of the best years of my life, spending those 5 or 6 years. I think I was just talking to Arya, who will be speaking later. He started when he was 12, and I was 14 when we started that class. And it was about 5-6 years of incredible conversations, a lot of fun, a lot of laughter, but also a great opportunity to learn and study the scriptures from someone who has such a vast understanding of the knowledge. Also on a personal level, I have to thank Radha Krishna Prabhu for being very much a Shiksha Guru. When I was younger, I actually had this thing where I used to up the number of rounds I did based on my age. So if I turned 12, I would do 12 rounds. If I was 14, I would switch to 14 rounds. I thought it was cool. I probably wasn't. But on my 14th birthday, I remember, for some reason that memory sticks really close. I guess it was a Sunday feast or some kind of festival, because it was here in Garanga Hall. And I took blessings from Radha Krishna Prabhu. And during that, he asked me, what are you going to do this year spiritually? What's your goal? And I said, I'm doing this thing where I'm doing 14 rounds every now, because I'm 14. And he went, why not do 16? And I was like, but I'm doing this thing where I have the age and I do like 14, 15, 16. And he goes, it's 16 rounds, it's only 2 more. And I went home that night and I was like, I don't want to do 16. But since Radha Krishna Prabhu said, I'll try it one day. And from that point onwards, I started doing 16 rounds. And I think that was very important because fortunately enough, about 1.5 years or about 2 years after that, I was fortunate enough to take initiation for my spiritual master. So if it hadn't been for that instruction, it would have been longer and who knows what would happen. But so thank you, Prabhu, for all your guidance and continued guidance through these years.
I'm another youth.
Thank you, Damodar Sharan. Next we have Radha Prabhu, and then Dai Kali.
Radha is the elder youth.
The youth, I've been called, I'm the youth here. So yeah, happy Vyas Puja. Would you please accept my humble wishes? This offering is for my entire family, my wife, and Ananji as well.
Don't worry, I won't scold.
She's on the way back at least. So yeah, Radha Krishna Prabhu is like a family member. Today it's like local family member. You don't feel that, this is, of course, our Guru is also part of our family, but this is like, we have right now the Braj mood here, like in Braj, how they sit and they just exchange loving, exchanges, all of us. So there's no, odd levels here, so that's the best part. And a few qualities of Radha Krishna Prabhu's Guru Nishtha, I think, as already devotee said. He's the replication of his Guru, the full focus, and always, even in a very friendly manner, he'll put the message. So even he's happy to have that, as we say in Braj mode, be very friendly, but his message is very clear. You should always surrender Krishna, always focus on doing your service with focus and attention, quality. That's his message, even in a very friendly conversation. Thank you, Prabhu. And also, you're showing a strong example of how one should follow Guru's instruction. Being in US, a single brahmachari, and I think Maharaj was talking, his Hanuman Prashant Maharaj, it's not easy from a brahmachari to live in US. Like I go to Bombay every year, that's what I grew up. You have hundreds of brahmacharis and you see brahmacharis coming up, but here, just following Guru's instructions, you are here. And thank you very much, that really is helpful. And you always are very personal, whenever you talk to devotees, that very personal connect. So that makes a lot of difference. Then always propagating as devotees, that like Shri mentioned, the Bhakti Shastri, the Amadrishan Prabhu, always trying to propagate Srila Prabhupada's teaching and being very strict. I still remember when he tells her homework is not in due, will be so strong, but it's out of love. We know people who get strong with us, that means they care for us. It's not that they're angry at a certain level. And also, we still remember during your Bhakti Shastri classes, how you gave example of looking divinity in nature. Like looking at a flower, I still remember looking at anything beautiful, that means that's Krishna, that's coming from Krishna. So seeing Krishna in every living entity. And recently you gave a Bhagavatam class where it was very clearly mentioned, only if you see Krishna in everybody's heart, then you can really overcome the material miseries and be Krishna conscious. So always trying to connect Krishna in every single activity and trying to make us Krishna conscious. And compassionate, you're so compassionate to all the devotees, young youth. You see here a full group of young youth and also engaging all of us in whatever services. And all the current youth who are following Krishna conscious, is one of your root causes yourself. Because you always bring them back, even some of them don't, you approach them, engage them in service and shower your love and mercy on them. And also love and kindness. You're always very, very loving and kind in your engagement. And every expression of you is very deep and kind. Similar to Brajvasis, we see in Brajvasis the whole interaction is out of love. There's no awe and reverence. So I keep seeing that the mood in you. And high standards in cooking, especially cooking and DT worship. You always personally also shared feedbacks whenever we are doing some stuff, how we should always have good quality. And an example, anytime you cook Sunday feast or any feast, it's high standards. We always know like it is the best. And some devotee told me when Gurudev mentioned that like when Radha Krishna Prabhu cooks, it's like Prabhupada's cooking, that's the standard. This is what I heard from devotees. And tolerance, yes. You are an example of tolerating with all the bodily suffering you have. You always continue to preach with enthusiasm and setting up as a strong example, because a lot of us are growing older now. So health problems are going to come, but you are setting that example to us. And prayers, one very important thing. Always in all your classes, prayers to the lordships and devotee acharyas are prominent. Even in the recent Bhagavatam class you mentioned, by getting prayer, one is prone to get mercy. I remember the line, one is prone to get. And during the Sunday feast also, you always say, don't come and stand in front of the deities. Just like that, just go and pray to the Lord. Even if it is material desires or spiritual desires, just pray to the Lord, because the Lord wants to have an intimate connection with us. It's not just, just speaking anything which, just for the sake of it, but actually there's a connection even if you ask for material desires. And I still remember your first verse of our Bhakti Shastri was Akoma Kama was Moksha Kama Udaranti Tivrena Bhakti Yogena. Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, so even one has material desires, and let's be authentic here. And of course, we want to follow spiritual life, following devotees. We still pray to the Lord and worship the Lord, saying that, hey, this is what my current situation is, this is my current reality, but I want to engage whatever I have in your service. And then finally, protection and service of the deities. I always can see, like, you want the ISKCON Houston temple to continue with that standard. The deities need to be protected, devotees need to be protected. And I've seen, even if any devotee is not keeping well, you'll always check, how the devotee doing, you'll pray for them. So thank you, Prabhu. We can keep going on. Thank you so much.
The key
Dear Radha Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances while worship Srila Prabhupada. Happy Vyas Puja Prabhuji. On this auspicious day, I wish to express my deepest gratitude to you through this offering. I would like to start off by saying how fortunate and blessed I am to be in your Bhakti Shastra class. I really enjoy your classes and the way you make everything so relatable to all of us. Thank you for taking your time and meeting with our youth once a month to check in on all of us and see how each of us are doing. This means so much to us. I'm grateful for all the memories I have with you, Prabhu, all the youth group meetings, guiding me to be a good youth group leader, and always engaging the youth to do more service. Also, cooking Sunday feast with you was a wonderful experience. Thank you for always supporting me through my spiritual journey and encouraging me to get initiated. It was the best moment of my life. Thank you for being my Siksha Guru and keeping me under your guidance. I have so much gratitude for you, Prabhu. Thank you for your guidance and your blessings. I cherish all the values and the lessons you've taught me. Your aspiring servant, Daya Kili.
I'm not prepared.
All right. We're missing a few people, but I think is Kamal Mukha Prabhu here? I thought I just saw him. Okay. You can speak next.
Mansa kalpatul varsa kripashanu bhayvatsa patitanupam. So it is very extraordinary that GBC gave us a guru from this community. And actually there are many moons in our community. When I see them, I hear from them, I associate with them, always they remind me about Krishna. That's a quality of pure devotees. First and foremost, His Grace Harilda Prabhu, my contact with him long time back. Shyam Sundar Prabhu, Guru Bhakti Mataji, all of you, Dwarkanath Prabhu, then also Sarvabhauma Prabhu, all of you are very saintly, and I feel so blessed to be here, to raise my children here, and especially when His Grace Radha Krishna Prabhu. My kids are big fan of Radha Krishna Prabhu. I always thought he is my friend and we are on the same level, but since my kids are going to his class for Bhakti Shastra, I started realizing more and more the depth of his knowledge, and of course I know him from 98. I went to Dallas to do some service for Goswami Maharaj. Also another incident, we took ISKCON teacher training classes, and during the, I believe, month and a half course, I realized more about his knowledge, his presentation, because teacher training class means you have to make a presentation about how you want to teach your audience. So Prabhuji was very skillful. Also on my online class, which is every Sunday, now it is every day, Radha Krishna Prabhu spoke one time about the topic was how to stay away from the addiction of cell phone. And I was amazed how all the information he put together from different sources, different books, different references. I was amazed. So my realization is coming now, like I'm your Siksha disciple, please guide me. And if I am coming any shortcoming, please do not hesitate to correct me. So that's the blessing I want. Because, every Shikshastra, we glorify the person, but at the end, we appeal one blessing from this person. So I'm appealing from you, please share me on drop of your conviction to your Guru Maharaj, whom I met in 98 personally, and I was able to be close to Maharaj. From that time, Radha Krishna Prabhu treated me like his godbrother. I hardly spoke English those days. In 98, I came in America, 93. But Prabhuji asked me to give class in ISKCON Dallas temple. So your conviction to also another qualification of guru or one who can take disciple is that he is Sattosar, he is attached to the absolute truth. So I have seen him over 26 years since I met him. Krishna is infallible, Achyuta, and his devotees are also having that quality. Within the character of Radha Krishna Prabhu or his behavior or dealing with devotees, we never saw any kind of falling from the Vaishnava dealing, So I pray for your good health, your success, and please keep blessing my kids and encouraging them. That's all I have to say. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Please accept my humble obeisances and all glories to Srila Prabhupada. On this auspicious day of your appearance in this world, we gather to humbly glorify you and express our gratitude. Personally, I am grateful to you for watching over us who are less mature in our Krishna consciousness. Your mercy and kindness are shown in your genuine concern to see that everyone around you is moving in the right direction in life, towards Krishna. Sometimes you kindly correct us if you see we are acting unconsciously in our service. And this is a thankless task because we generally don't want to have our defects revealed. But if we accept and reflect with a cool head, we can see that you are only concerned for our benefit. And although you're so qualified, still you remain very humble, not putting yourself forward or expecting any special treatment from anyone. So I would just like to thank you and pray for your blessings. And I hope that I can somehow be of service.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Next we have Arnika. Be speaking next. And then after that, Srinivas Acharya. And then Kuber Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. This is a combined offering from Pranam and myself. Unfortunately, Pranam was not able to make it due to work commitment. So, on this auspicious day, we celebrate your Appearance Day, where people who are assembled here today represent a fraction of those whose lives you have touched. I know from first-hand experience the profound impact you have had on my life and the life of my husband. From Bhakti Shastri, the Guru-Disciple course, and your guidance, we aspire. Your love for His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, Krishna, and all of Parampara inspires us to connect, live empathically, feel the movement of Lord. Feel the wonderment of Lord. We are so grateful for your association and investment in our lives, not just for the guidance when things get difficult, but seemingly small things. The embracing greeting of Hare Krishna as you pass us along the path, or your infectious smile when a question asks answers correctly, and the answer is wavered, a kind correction to put us back on the path. This is a privilege to be here. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Acharya is here.
Dear Radha Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances and glories to you, Srila Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. You are very faithful to your spiritual master, His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami. You were thoroughly trained by him and you executed Vishrambhena Guroha Seva, obeying the orders of the spiritual master with faith and devotion. In the Bhagavad Gita 11.54 purport, Srila Prabhupada cites Shvetashvatara Upanishad 6.23. Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha guru tasyaite katitahyataha prakashante mahatmanaha. One who has unflinching devotion for the Supreme Lord and is directed by the spiritual master, in whom he has similar unflinching faith, can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead by revelation. One cannot understand Krishna by mental speculation. Srila Prabhupada continues to say, for one who does not take personal training under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, it is impossible to even begin to understand Krishna. Since you served your Guru with faith and dedication, the conclusions of scriptures are revealed to you, and you are fixed in those conclusions. You lived as a brahmachari without even getting married, under austere conditions, and for many years as the only brahmachari at the temple. It is not easy thing to live alone in the midst of grihasthas with no other brahmachari associates and go to bed at night with only Krishna as your companion to share the stories of pains and pleasures of the day. You are a natural leader and you lead by example. You are humble and execute menial tasks for the pleasure of Krishna and devotees. You are always there for any devotee who seeks guidance from you, and you freely share the wisdom that helps them go closer to Krishna. You have no air of superiority and you are easily approachable. Yet you are grave and straightforward and uncompromising in the essential principles of the scripture. I personally feel very fortunate and thankful to have your association on a regular basis. In your presence, I feel happy and inspired in Krishna consciousness. And in the wisdom you share, I find solutions to practical problems in my life. Please continue to keep me in your association and loving shelter. On this auspicious day, I pray to Lord Narasimhadeva to protect you from all the obstacles in your service to Srila Prabhupada's mission as a Diksha Guru and a Shiksha Guru. Your insignificant servant, Srinivasa Charidas.
Thank you.
नमामि विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थापुतले श्रीमते तमाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी नमिने नमामि विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थापुतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नमिने. His Grace Radha Krishna Prabhu ki jai. When Radha Krishna Prabhu was taking an oath, I thought he was taking oath for sannyas, and I was so excited, I was so happy to announce on the Tikyaji Sangha. The whole world knew that he was taking sannyas, and somehow the Sikandar corrected that he was taking his oath for the Guru. I was so happy, and I was in contact with him for so many years, and we learned so many things from him. One time, I think I was traveling with him, and he has so many good qualities, and I was not treating him as a senior person. I might have offended him so many times. We were going to India one time together, remember? And on the airport, he was so calm. When we approached the ticket counter, somehow I went through, and the ticket agent says, he don't have reservation. And somehow they don't have reservation in the system. And they said, he didn't bought the ticket from us. And we had an itinerary in our hand. And his name was somehow, first name and last name was switched. And the ticket counter said, no, we can't help you. You have to go to the agent. And when we called the agent, his office was closed. And somehow, when we called again, he was going home. And he helped us out. But Prabhu was so calm. You go to India, I don't need to come this time. He was so detached and so calm. Our flight was about to leave in a few minutes. And And Prabhu was so calm. He said, he was ready to go home back, and he was so calm. I was really appreciate our quality group. We learned so many things from you over the years, and your help our communities so many different ways. He's a role model for our community. He has such a nice, good qualities, and he's not afraid to correct somebody. If somebody is doing wrong, he's always correcting right away. He doesn't. It's not an ego, but he wants to make sure that we serve Krishna in the best possible way. And thank you very much, Prabhu, for for becoming a guru. And you are, I think, number 3 or 4 in the keeping the legacy of our Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Right? Thank you very much again. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Next we have Kirsten. She's actually aspiring for initiation from His Grace Radha Krishna Prabhu.
Really?
And she's been a part of the community here for a couple of years. She's a beautiful singer, and so many of you may have heard her kirtans on Thursday nights and other nights. So thank you so much for.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Staya Bhutale Shrimate Radha Krishna Das Vipuliti Namane. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Staya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Granta Swami. I try to keep it simple. You know me, I tend to be long-winded, poetic. But for my first day of entering Radha Madhva, you were there. And you were already giving me my first bit of advice and help on the path of Krishna consciousness. As I was chanting my rounds, I was walking around in the wrong direction. And you stopped me and said, you should circumambulate clockwise because it's more auspicious. And I was like, oh, okay. And yeah, since then, something in me told me, like, just listen to him and do it. And I just still do it. And to this day, you're never hesitant to correct someone for their benefit as everyone's well-wisher and doing what pleases Krishna and Srila Prabhupada. And also forever cherished are the days of assisting you while you cook for Radha Madhava on Tuesdays, where I really learned the art and science of devotional cooking. I'm still learning. But you taught me how to pay attention to details and the importance of cleanliness, as well as the mood in which you prepare the meals. I value your patience as you taught me how to properly wash the pots and pointing out the soap scum and making sure I get all that off and ask me, is this what Krishna will want to eat out of? And I'm like, oh, you're right. And just keep scrubbing. How to chop vegetables properly, make simple puris, and I never really learned how to cook, so you're also my first cooking teacher. Your extra patience as well when I wouldn't follow your directions and grab the wrong ingredient, or not find a spice that was right in front of me. So I was always happiest assisting whenever I can, because I think about how it would be in a spiritual world, assisting and serving the servants who are servants to Sri Radha and Krishna. And you really helped me a lot in my journey learning while I was in Krishna House. And you took the time to teach us so much stuff. And you really had me convinced that this path is what will make this human life perfect. And I should just listen to a teacher like you and everything else will be okay. So your preaching and counseling is what really hooked me to wanting to make Krishna consciousness my life. And that there's nothing else to do but to surrender to Krishna, chant the holy name, and always associate with devotees. I tend to be an overthinker, and you are so simple and straightforward, telling it how it is, and not afraid to do so. Your strong, sober words always cleared away the fog in this intoxicated mind and set this whimsical one back on track to focus on Krishna. You always watch out for me, making sure I had enough prasadam to eat and that I was safe and happy in Krishna consciousness. But also chastising me when I would avoid responsibilities or do some sort of nonsense. You're such an important and special person to the devotees here in Houston, and of course to Radha Nilamadava, Gaurnitai, and your Gurudev, Tamal Krishna Goswami. Without your presence and teachings and your attention to the spiritual well-being of us all, I feel like we will all be lost, or at least I would be. Almost every day I see someone coming to talk to you about their grievances or ask advice or spiritual question, and I marvel at your capacity to be present to guide them, always in the mood to give, and your ability to do so many lectures, travel, and continue your service without showing exhaustion or complaints. I thank Krishna every day for his merciful arrangement that I am able to live with, work with, have friendship with, and see every day dear devotees of Krishna, and to be under the shelter of Radha Madhava's dear servant. I pray that I can always learn from you and stay in your company. You've truly trained and taught me since the beginning so much since my first day here, and an integral part of my journey to making this practice my life. I am forever eager to learn more, so I will continue to pray to Krishna how to best serve you and Srila Prabhupada and help share the joy and love of Krishna consciousness. Sign, your aspiring servant.
Next is Grace Damodar Prabhu. Then after that we'll have Saraswati Mataji, and then Ashmita, daughter. And then Sundari Radhika Mataji at Tarasvaya. As everyone's speaking, I just keep thinking of so many memories. But I know we're limited on time, but I feel like there's my favorite moments with you is when I randomly run into you, like yesterday on your birthday. And a lot of times, many of you may have experienced this, where you run into Radha Krishna Prabhu and he gives you some sort of instruction or maybe chastisement or something, and you walk away going, ooh, that hurt, or like, wow, that was heavy. And then a little bit after that, you're like, wow, that's exactly what I needed, like at the perfect time. So.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Radha Swami Niti Namini. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Tamal Krishna Swami Niti Namini. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Guruvani Prashadini. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasha Dharini. Vancha Kalpatrubhyosya Kripasindubhyo Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namah. Antakuri Vaishnavanda Ki Jai. Radha Krishna Prabhu Ki Jai. So we have known personally, me and my wife, Radha Krishna Prabhu, for over 20 years now. So he's been our mentor, Shiksha Guru, and he's there for us, sickness, in happiness, and correcting us all the time. And my observation is he's a perfect Brahmana. It said in the scriptures, Sat Karma Nipuno Vipro Mantra Tantra Visharadaha. So it is said a perfect Brahmana or a qualified Brahmana must be expert in the occupational duties of a Brahmana. There are 6 Brahmanical engagements that are mentioned in the scriptures. Patana, Patana, Yajana, Yajana, Dana, Pratigraha. Patana. We all know, many of you spoke that he's expert in scriptures. Patana, and he encourage others to study the scriptures properly, like Shri mentioned, other you mentioned also. Yajana is an expert in deity worship, all of us know that. Yajana, he also guides everyone to properly worship deity and set the deity standards, worship standards, and he's been doing it for so many years. And Dana, he very graciously shares his blessings with all of us. And Pratigraha, he accepts our humble offerings. So, we all of us know that he exemplifies his qualities and excels in his qualities. But beyond that, just my opinion, and all of you would agree too, that he is a role model Vaishnava. And this verse comes to my mind: Jivadaya Namaruchi Vaishnava Sevana Hiyachara Dharma Nahi Suno Sanatana. So Namaruchi, he has deep taste for chanting the holy names. When we are chanting in the temple room, many of us chant in the temple room. I see many faces, Kalpatra Mataji, Srinivasacharya Prabhu. And I have personally heard from them that when he enters the room, there's energy that uplifts the quality of our chanting. And it happens to me too, many times. Of course, I don't chant anymore in the temple room, but when I do and Prabhuji walks in, and I could feel that energy difference. So naturally the outcome of Namaruchi, and Shamsundar Prabhu also is here, he's the Acharya of Namaruchi here. But Radha Krishna Prabhu, because of the Namaruchi, he has Jiva Daya, he has compassion for everyone. And all the devotees in this community and throughout the US, and I bet even outside the US, so many devotees have benefited from this association. I personally knew many years ago a gay couple used to just come every Saturday to Prabhuji's class. Prabhuji, and wait and have prasadam with them and have association. And he was so compassionate to them. They were so inspired by Prabhuji. Although they were in this a gay couple, but still they were so attached to Prabhuji. And Vaishnava Seva, we all know many sannyasis visit Houston, and he always serves them. Prabhupada Swami, Anprashak Swami Maharaj, all of them. So we are very grateful to Prabhuji. And she is Dhira, Adhira, Jana, Priyo. Is very dear to the gentle and also to not so gentle. So we really appreciate the qualities. I would like to conclude by reading this quote. Appreciate what we have while we have it, or we will learn what it meant to us after we lose it. Life is full of blessings we take for granted, yet so often we dwell on what we do not have. So we pray for your good health, Prabhuji, and your association for many years to come. His Grace Radha Krishna Prabhuji ki.
Saraswati Mataji ki.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumritamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Vanchakalpatarubhasya Kripasindhubevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namah. Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. I wish you a very happy Vyas Puja, and we are very excited for this auspicious day. In fact, it's so nice because you always wanted one. Because it's so nice to have a celebration, glorification, and to let everybody know how much you add to our life. So I wish you a very happy Vyas Puja, and I pray to Shri Radha Madhava and Srila Prabhupada, may we have many more. And we wish you very good health. I would like to begin with a verse from Sri Chaitanya Charitra Madhya Leela. Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sarva Shastra Kahe, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoye. The verdict of all revealed scriptures is that even by a moment's association with a pure devotee, one can attain all success. And this stands so true for Prabhuji, as your association has added so much value to my Krishna conscious journey. It has been more than 10 years since we have been in association, and every day has been so much learning, and every day has been so much memorable. Everything about Prabhuji is so inspiring, whether it may be your nectarian lectures, narration of the pastimes, kirtan, delicious prasadam, cooking, and definitely the Sunday classes is a big spiritual boost for us. Many has already said, and I have experienced, that Prabhu's word leave deep impressions on our hearts and minds. And this is what exactly happened to me also. I remember hearing Prabhuji for the first time in a home program where there was a Srimad Bhagavatam installation, and I immediately understood the importance of reading Srimad Bhagavatam every day. I also decided that I would like my children and me to take up Bhakti Shastri classes from Prabhuji, and I waited 3 years to join until the spot was available. We were very fortunate to have our Srimad Bhagavatam installation at our home by Prabhuji, and it's been 7 years we have been reading it every day. And the flow of mercy goes on as many join us online, and in this way we are able to share all the teachings of Prabhuji, what we have learned. I'm very grateful to Prabhuji for teaching us the art of book distribution, and since then, I have been able to distribute Srila Prabhupada books more freely, more confidently. I'm very grateful to Prabhuji for all the corrections and chastisements, whether in the class or in the temple premises, as for teaching me real Vaishnava etiquettes, as there is always so much to learn for the insignificant me. For a moment, that corrections may be harsh, but deep down it makes me feel safe, secure, and belonged. I especially feel that my devotional life is well taken care under the guidance of Prabhuji, and is always helping me to be a better servant. Prabhuji is the best Shiksha Guru. Your spiritual intelligence, charismatic personality, compassionate attitude is matchless. You enhance the mood of service within my heart through your own example. Thank you for teaching me to serve Krishna, Srila Prabhupada, my spiritual master, and the devotees. Thank you for being so patient and tolerant with the foolish me, as most of the time I'm just annoying. I pray that I imbibe few of your qualities, Prabhuji, and may my Krishna conscious journey become successful under your shelter and guidance. Thank you so much. Wish you once again a very happy Vyas Puja.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. I would like to read an offering that I wrote. Dear Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to you on the most auspicious occasion of your Vyas Puja. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to speak today. There is so much that can be said in glorification of you, so I will simply try to express a little in the given time. In the commentary to the first verse of the Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada writes that one should read Bhagavad Gita very scrutinizingly with the help of a person who is a devotee of Sri Krishna and try to understand it without personally motivated interpretations. If someone is fortunate enough to understand the Bhagavad Gita in that line of disciplic succession, then he surpasses all studies of Vedic wisdom and all scriptures of the world. I consider myself to be very fortunate to have been your Bhakti Shastri student for the past 5 years, Prabhu, and for being able to understand the Gita and Krishna consciousness under your guidance. It is rare to find such a devotee like you who is a Shiksha Guru and a source of great inspiration, and to receive such a devotee's guidance. I remember when my mom encouraged me to join your class with her, and I was quite hesitant. I wasn't sure if I was up for the rigor and the commitment. But it is truly one of the best decisions I've ever made, because having your association is priceless, and the knowledge I have been receiving has tremendously enhanced my spiritual life. Despite hearing you since I was a child when we first moved to Houston, I only understood how wonderful you are personally after becoming one of your students. You are an ocean of auspicious qualities. You're fully dedicated in service to Krishna and Srila Prabhupada. You're perfect in knowledge of Krishna and the Shastras, and you remind us to keep Krishna in the center. You teach us all by your own example of practicing everything so strictly and sincerely. Seeing your dedication always inspires me to improve in my spiritual life, to do more service, and to share Krishna consciousness with others. I think of many things whenever I think of you, Prabhu, but the one that sticks out to me the most is that you are our well-wisher. Due to your selfless compassion, you take so much time and effort to teach us every single thing in class with so much detail, no matter how long it takes. You teach us so patiently, many times making us laugh with funny anecdotes and facts of the real world. But you also are serious when emphasizing how important it is for us to not waste this human form of life. You uncover the realities of this material world without sugarcoating anything, because you want to dispel our illusion and bring us from darkness to light. You care so much about making sure that each of us understands everything and is able to apply it practically in life. I remember so many times that you have checked in on how different aspects of my life are going, and you take the time to give me practical advice. All of this dedication of time and effort is simply because you so deeply care about helping each of us on our journey back home, back to Godhead. Prabhu, I am grateful for all the times you have encouraged me for whatever little I am able to do. I'm also grateful for the many, many times that you have corrected me, although it has always felt difficult in the moment. But your corrections have always helped me become a better person and a better servant. Without the mercy and blessings of the Vaishnavas, especially of all the spiritual masters in our lives, it is not possible to make any advancement. Therefore, I know that your blessings and mercy have played an important role in any progress that I have been able to make in my life. Thank you, Prabhu, for everything that you selflessly do. Thank you for being one of my spiritual teachers, and above all, thank you so much for being our well-wisher. I pray that as one of your students, I'm able to make you proud, and I pray that we can celebrate many, many more Vyas Pujas with you. Hare Krishna, your servant is on.
Hare Krishna.
Next, we'll have Grace Radha Krishna, then after that, Hanuman Prabhu, and then Mother Padadula.
Radha Krishna Prabhu, happy Vyas Puja. Thank you so much for being here for all of us in Houston. I would like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude for the kindness you have shown to us. Kindness is the principle you value the most. You have no air and always ready to help in any way you can. You have the same kind attitude towards new people and the devotees. In one of your classes, you mentioned that everyone in the material world is suffering. When they come to the temple, give them some relief, show them some kindness. You are also very strongly detached from any material endeavor or any material relationship. You are the only brahmachari for many years in a temple full of grihasthas, and you never changed your ashram. That is very astonishing and inspiring. You once asked me, why do you think so much about your family? Why are you so, always contemplating on family? Then I said, Prabhu, I have not seen my heart, and my heart is tied up to the family. But you are free. Then he said, then you said, I am also tied up. I tied my heart to Radha and Krishna. So that's very instructive. It's so nice to see such an example. And you oftentimes, you desire that everyone should get the same attraction as you have towards the deities and the temple. You used to say, like in earlier days when you were healthy, you used to spend long hours in the temple, and when you go to your room, you used to actually feel sad. And you mentioned in many of your classes how beautiful and merciful Radha Nila Madhava are. You show by your example how you become the servant of servant. You come and help my husband when he does his deity worship by washing. We used to feel so embarrassed in the beginning, but then now you do it so that we also learn to serve others. And you help in the kitchen, you cook for the devotees, and all the list goes on. Although you are second or third generation Indian, you have taken up the Vedic culture fully, and you lived your life towards the goal of perfection. You're such a wonderful example to all the second generation children. Thank you so much for being a live example for all of us. Thank you so much for giving us hope. Your servant, Sundari Radhika Devidas.
Hare Krishna, dear Radha Krishna Prabhu. On these most auspicious days of your Vyas Puja, I'm so joyful and grateful to be here. Please forgive my nervousness. I'm not very good at glorifying exalted Vaishnavas, but I'm so eager to express my sincere admiration for you. Actually, recently I was asked to reflect on someone I hold dear and admire, and it was you who immediately came to my mind. You have an uncountable set of qualities that make you an extraordinary individual, and I wish to highlight a few in these short offerings. First and foremost, your approachability is truly remarkable. In my brief time here in Sri Radha Temple, just about 2 years, I witnessed how readily you offer guidance and support to everyone, generally actually caring for each individual and their concern. So whenever I actually approached you, you have always been ready to provide spiritual and practical advice, patiently answer questions, and always listening very carefully to my troubles. Your genuine affection for all living beings is evident. You are a true well-wisher of all this community, deeply concerned for our spiritual well-being. But your guidance is not just caring, but also incredibly insightful. You possess unique ability to understand an individual's nature, his level of commitment, his abilities, and then you can tailor your guidance for his or her spiritual advancement accordingly. And so you're so unique in this aspect. And I personally felt the impact of your sincere efforts and prayers in my spiritual growth. Also, you are extremely clever. Your intellect is fantastic. I really appreciate and admire. You possess a unique gift to explain complex philosophical concepts from the scripture in a practical and very understandable manner. Your Bhagavatam classes are always a source of inspiration. When I cannot attend and I'm driving and listening online and feel like I'm missing out, I want to be there. But as many people glorify, your Bhakti Shastra classes are fantastic, are refreshing for the soul, and every week I'm eager to come and be there. Your patience knows no bounds. You listen attentively, giving weight to and respect to everyone, no matter who they are. Simultaneously, your sense of humor is so cool, it's fantastic. You often bring laughter and lightness in our interactions. And I also appreciate your Italian cooking, it's very good. May you continue to delight us with your culinary skills whenever you can. And you always look young and blissful. So on this most auspicious day, I pray for the privilege of more association with you. Your guidance is invaluable and on my spiritual journey. And I feel immensely blessed to have the opportunity to see you almost every day. Mangalarti, morning programs, kirtan, honoring prashad together. And I seek your blessings and guidance as I continue on my path of spiritual growth and service. Please continue chastise me and help me to become a better devotee. With the best gratitude, Hanuman Das.
Thank you very much. There's a very little offering by Antonio that he wanted to share, and so he asked me to share. It's super short. Dear Radha Krishna Prabhu, please accept my obeisance at your lotus feet. All glories to A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. During this past year, I was able to reconnect with you. Your words resonated loudly in my heart, and it became evident that the association with the devotees and the chanting of the Maha Mantra made me thirsty for a closer relationship to Krishna.
I thank you for giving me your time and guidance. Your servant, Bhakta Antonio.
Thank you so much, Hanuman Prabhu. Next we have Grace Mother Badoli.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhyev cha patitranam pavanebhyo vaishnavyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna. Radha Krishna Prabhu is one of the inspiration for me. I first met him actually in Vrindavan. Even though he's from Singapore, I'm from Singapore too, but never got an opportunity to meet him. The first time I met him was in Vrindavan. He was personal servant of Srila Gurudev. Most of the time I have seen, this is my personal experience, I was a brahmacharini, and always the brahmacharis, they are not that nice, especially the personal servants. When they see brahmacharinis, they want to look at you as if you are, some kind of, some danger. Where they but first time I experienced with Radha Krishna Prabhu, he did not see me as a brahmacharini or this body, this woman. He saw me that I'm here to serve Srila Gurudev. So he was very, very merciful. He was very merciful in giving me opportunity, and the way he talked to me was very respectful. I was very touched that here's a brahmachari, he did not see me. Because in whole ISKCON, we are taught, we grew up seeing brahmacharinis in a different way, but here comes a brahmachari who's a senior brahmachari who was serving intimately a guru, and here he treated me with some kind of kindness. So that inspired me a lot. And of course, after that, when I came back to Dallas, he was serving Srila Gurudev many, many times. Constant, he's the personal servant. In fact, Radha Krishna Prabhu is the only personal servant left in this position. And so many, you know how Srila Gurudev is so heavy, but so many personal servants have left. But Radha Krishna Prabhu has stayed steadily with all the sauce and all the kicks and all the punches he got from Srila Gurudev, which we are benefiting from now, right? We are getting the benefit of that right now. So we are very grateful. And in Dallas, he used to rescue me a lot, especially in the kitchen. And I didn't know how to cook at all, but Srila Gurudev put me as his cook, and I would create blunder where Gurudev couldn't even honor the prasad, and he will come to the kitchen and fix it. The first time, before even I cook, I started with small prep. So one day I made different prep. Radha Krishna Prabhu cooked every day lunch for Srila Gurudev. Gurudev said Radha Krishna Prabhu's cooking is like mother's cooking. That when Gurudev was sick, everybody tried. Even Gurudev asked me to bring dokla for him, and Gurudev was not happy with anything. But when Radha Krishna Prabhu made this kanji porridge, and Gurudev, I saw Gurudev's face, he was beaming, he was so happy, and he said, just like Radha Krishna, it's like my mother is feeding me with so much love, and I can get well. And Gurudev spoke about that because of Radha Krishna Prabhu's kanji. Gurudev got well. He spoke about that every time when I cooked for him. So the first time when I cooked was the dahi vada I made for Gurudev. And at 4 o'clock I had a knock at my door. And that was Radha Krishna Prabhu standing with a hand and pointing at me. And there was a pebble in his hand. And he said, Gurudev said you tried to kill him. and then he taught me, after that he taught me what to do, So like this, so many times he have rescued me, and he have guided us so much in spiritual life. And now here, since we came here, he's been a pillar of guidance, a pillar actually in our spiritual life, especially raising our child. He's been so kind and guiding us how to, especially now as a teenager, as a parents, we don't understand. We are the last person, even not the last person even to understand. But it's amazing how Radha Krishna Prabhu, he's a brahmachari, and he can guide us in any age group. He can guide, he's very kind to the little children, to the teenagers, as a grahastha parents. He guides us how to raise our children, and for senior devotees. So he's all in one package. So we are very grateful to Radha Krishna Prabhu, and we are so happy that it's he always reminds me Srila Gurudev, because he so closely served Srila Gurudev. Sometimes his movement and his behavior, especially his chastisement, I think he gets from there. And that chastisement is only for our own benefit, our spiritual benefit. So if we take this opportunity to continuously, especially to all the teenagers here, we take shelter of Radha Krishna Prabhu and get his guidance, and we pray, Radha Krishna Prabhu, please continue, give us guidance in service to Sri Guru and Gauranga. And one more thing I'd like to add in here is, I want to take this opportunity to thank Radha Krishna Prabhu Mother, because it is tapasya for her to give up a son like Radha Krishna Prabhu to us. And so she have gone back to Godhead. There's no doubt about that. So we are so much grateful and thankful for Mataji to give us Radha Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for that beautiful offering, Mother Bhatuli. So now we'll bring the offering. Okay. We'll bring the offerings forward shortly. We still have about 15 speakers. And so forgive me, but unfortunately we may not get through everybody, but we'll try. But we do ask humbly that let's try to keep the offerings between 1 to 2 minutes, if possible, short and sweet. And we'll get through as many speakers as we can.
And maybe they can line up so that way.
Yes. Yeah. So next we have is Grace Chaitanya Chandra Prabhu. And then after that, Ananya Bhakti and Madhavacharan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. There you go. I was very excited that this was happening today, because it's not many times, I think, in life that you can express your gratitude to someone you value so much. We've known each other a long time, and I think it's nice to have this opportunity to tell you what you mean to me. For me, I think I've known Radha Krishna Prabhu for 15 years, and I've always felt, when I heard he was going to be an initiating guru, I thought, wow, what a great thing for our community, because I've always felt he was like 3 gurus in one, in a sense. Because, as many of you said, some people do better with a guru that's very strict, that can guide you to Krishna consciousness, because if they're not strict, then we fall. And I think he can be that type of guru. He can be the guru that, for people who need someone a little bit softer, that don't need someone so hard and so strict. So I think he's always been that type of guru. And then also, some people are looking for a guru that's like a best friend. They can be a very good friend. And I think you have that ability too, to connect with people that way. So I think I've always appreciated that. I think you're one of the smartest people I've ever come across. Not just from of course, from the Sastras, of course, but also just, you have a commanding knowledge of everything. That's why I've always loved talking to you, because you're just so intelligent. And I think you're also you're almost scarily perceptive of people, to the point, because I see you interact with people, because we talk all the time, and you'll ask someone, hey, why didn't you make my class? And these people luckily will know that you cannot lie with Radha Krishna Prabhu, you cannot fib, you can't say a white lie, because he already knows. He knows what's going on. So I think that you're very perceptive, and I think that's why you can relate with people, because you already know what's going on in their lives in some uncanny way. And for me, through knowing you for 15 years, I've come to love you for many reasons. I love your sense of humor. I think you're one of the wittiest people I know. It makes it so enjoyable to talk to you. You have a hint of sarcasm, but it still is done so well. I remember one of the first, after just knowing you for a few years, we went to a devotee's birthday party together. And I guess you were watching me interact with some of the other devotees. And then afterwards you said, I noticed that with other devotees you joke around a lot, but you never joke around that much with me. And I was like, well, I always felt, you're the temple brahmachari. How can I joke around with the temple brahmachari? But then you encouraged me that I think you felt that would make our friendship even stronger. And so I thought that was very interesting. And it's been great because I think it has improved our friendship through the years. And you're an amazing friend. You through the ups and downs of my life, you've always been there for me, and I really love you for that. Your perception there too, there's been times where I've had difficult times in my life, and I feel like I think I want to talk to Radha Krishna Prabhu, and somehow you text me or call me even before I call you. And I think that's been, I can't believe that happens sometimes. And in the end, I think what I love you the most about is that you're one of the most instrumental people who encouraged me in my path towards Krishna consciousness, from my whole family. And also encouraged me to take initiation from my spiritual master. And now, we go through life and we kind of get sucked up by Maya. But you always encourage me through your example, of course, of how you were the perfect disciple for your Guru Maharaj, that I want to be that way for my Guru Maharaj, but at least aspire to be. And I think I really appreciate that. And so for all those reasons, I'm happy that I was able to speak today, and wish you a very happy Vyas Puja, and I pray for your health so you can continue to be here for our community, because we all need you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Radha Krishna Prabhu. So we are very happy to celebrate your Vyas Puja today. I'm still not sure it's the first Vyas Puja or 65th. I think it's 65th. Okay. So my wife is shy on the stage, so her offering to you is that she led the decorations.
Thank you very much.
And, she worked really hard for the past few nights. She was up late and she was doing all this by her own hands, and she was here since early morning. So that's her offering to you. So Radha Krishna Prabhu has been our Siksha Guru for many years, at least from day one since I have been here, and he taught us Bhakti Shastri. And so he has been instrumental in our Krishna consciousness. One time during my Guru Maharaj Vyas Puja, he was speaking about Radha Krishna Prabhu, that how fixed he is in his Krishna consciousness. And he was giving an example that Guru Maharaj was here, and as he was exiting the sannyasi quarters, he saw Radha Krishna Prabhu, and Radha Krishna Prabhu wasn't doing too well, he was sick. But then Maharaj said, "Where are you going?" And he was like, Radha Krishna Prabhu was like, "Oh, I have to go take a Bhakti Shastri class." So Guru Maharaj's message was that even though his body was not so well, but Radha Krishna Prabhu is so fixed in Krishna consciousness and his services that in spite of any trouble, he continued his service. So that's an inspiration for me and so many of us in this room. And in his Bhakti Shastri classes, he gave so many practical ways to remember Krishna. And I still do that. And one of them is when you see the car number plate, B, K, M, N, C, D, whatnot, you try to remember Krishna by putting those names there. So I still do that whenever I'm driving. So very practical and simple and easy way to remember Krishna. And during those Bhakti Shastri classes, and even now, Radha Krishna Prabhu is a true Guru. He's heavy as thunderbolt, but inside he's very soft. And he's there to help us, he's here to give us guidance. And I had, a rough time many years ago, and when I went to him and he told me, you have to be transcendental. So I didn't know what does that mean. I have to be transcendental. I'm like under the modes of nature all the time. But over the years, I still remember that, and it stayed with me. I think he was trying to say that in every service we do, there will be challenges. But the key is that we focus on our service and not offend anybody else. And that's what I took out of it. So thank you for all your guidance, Prabhu. We are very thankful to you. I can continue, I can go on and on and on, but I'm sure I'm going to get hot looks from other devotees, so I'm going to stop here. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
So now we'll bring the offerings forward. Devotees made so many nice, wonderful offerings. We'll continue the offerings while we'll continue having the offerings while the Bhoga offerings are going on. Okay, so next we'll have Brajavalabha Prabhu. Then after that, Tamal Priya.
Radha Krishna Prabhu ki! Radha Krishna Prabhu ki! Radha Krishna Prabhu ki!
Prabhupada ki!
You can see he already corrected me. Hare Krishna, Dhanavats, Pranams, Glories of Prabhupada. Everyone has said so many nice things about Radha Krishna Prabhu. I've only been in the community like maybe a year. So now I know he's going to chastise me even more. That's the track record. But I'll tell you two quick stories about my interactions with Radha Krishna Prabhu. And that will show you how he interacts even with Western people. He's so nice. One day we were coming out of Mangalarti and I just took my shoes off the shelf and I just put them on. I was going to go leave. He very casually said, hey, maybe you should wash your hand in the sink. I said, no, that's probably just some Indian thing. It doesn't apply to me. He said, it's kind of an Indian thing, but it's also a cleanliness thing. I said, oh, you think I should do it? He said, yeah, please do it. So now every time I do it, when I touch my shoes, it wasn't like, you rascal, how dare you. He was just very casual about it. Very, very casual. And for me, that's what I need, because if he would have come any harder, I would have been like shocked. And then one time he was correcting something that I was doing wrong. And the first thing he said is, correct it, and then right away he knew. He said, you may not like that. And I was thinking, may not, I don't like it. But he was so soft about it that he left and I was thinking, he has a point. And I didn't know when I came here really who Radha Krishna Prabhu was. He was just this friendly, orange-robed gentleman coming by the ashram. And I was commenting to my guru, I said, this Radha Krishna Prabhu, he's so much a Brahmin, he seems so realized, he's always so calm and peaceful, and the things that just make my mind explode, just for him are like, it's a bird flying by, whatever. And then my guru said, well, he's an initiating spiritual master. I said, oh. Now I'm thinking, do I have to bow down to him in the streets, like if I offended him, But it wasn't even surprising to me in any way that he was initiating spiritual master. And then just one thing I want to conclude by saying, because I've heard up here that Radha Krishna Prabhu will correct. And I learned from my Guru Maharaj that your best friend is not the friend who looks at you and says how great you are and smiles all the time. But your best friend is one who will tell you the things that no one else will dare tell you to help you. So then I'm thinking, whoa, I don't have that many real friends in this world because everyone tells me nice things about myself. Okay, yes. But I appreciate Radha Krishna Prabhu. He's an invaluable asset for what we're trying to do in the ashram. And we definitely, in our hearts, all of us that live in the Brahmacharya ashram, consider him our leader for sure. Sometimes I will think, this should be like this. Now, if Radha Krishna Prabhu can come and say it, everyone will listen. When I say it, nobody listens. So we appreciate everything, Prabhu, and I'm looking forward to a deeper relationship with you. And happy birthday.
Next we have Tamal Priya, and then Grace Niladri Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Radha Krishna Prabhu, happy birthday, happy Vyas Puja. I'm very lucky to have known you for such a long time. You've been in my life for as long as I can remember. And ever since I was a little kid, you've shown me so much compassion and caringness. And you've always taught me so many life lessons, spiritually and materially. Now I attend your Bhakti Sashi class, and I've learned so many things. And since you're from Singapore and my family is also from Singapore, I have felt a connection to you that way too. And also I've always seen you as just a family member and almost like my grandfather. And I feel especially close with you because while I see other youth or other teenagers sometimes how strict you are with everyone, they sometimes try to avoid you, but I've never felt that, and I've always felt happy to see you in the temple, and I've always never been afraid to approach you or anything like that. So, and our community is very lucky to have you, just have you in general, and I'm also a very lucky person. So thank you for everything that you've done for our community. Hare Krishna.
Panchakalpa tarubhyascha pratitubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna. Today I am very excited to be here to celebrate His Grace Radha Krishna Prabhu most auspicious first Vyas Puja. Through the years I've witnessed Radha Krishna's transformation into a great Vaishnava who has developed so many wonderful qualities. He's a great teacher, speaker, cook, pujari, and now a guru, besides many other spiritual ornaments. In the Sri Guru Vandana, Gaur Govinda Maharaj says, if you want to hear Krishna Katha, you must hear from the bona fide authority who is 100% engaged in the loving service of Krishna every moment, day and night. 24 hours he is engaged in loving service of Krishna. It is said that if we hear Krishna Katha from a person like this, we will develop Krishna Prema. And this is a gift that Radha Krishna is giving to all of us. Also, from the same book we read, although the lotus flower grows in the water, it remains untouched, and similarly, the feet of Sri Guru are compared to a lotus. But where that lotus grows, it grows in the transcendental ocean of Bhakti Rasa. The mellow of... Sorry, I can't of Bhakti Rasa, the mellow of Bhakti in the heart of the disciple. The lotus feet of Sri Guru are the abode of transcendental Bhakti Rasa and of all beauty. For all this reason and more, I find shelter in Radha Krishna Prabhu as my Shiksha Guru. Radha Krishna is my very dear God brother, my friend of the soul, eternally, your servant Niladri.
Thank you so much, Madhuri Master. Next we have Arya, then we'll have Radha, two of the youth in our community here.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Happy birthday, Prabhu. Happy birthday to you. You're turning, what, 25 years old now? So, I mean, a lot of us youth already talked about how our first interaction with Prabhu started when we joined his Bhakti Shastri class. Damodar Sharan was talking about how, you know, when we joined Radha Krishna Prabhu's Bhakti Shastri class, we were very young. I was 12 or 13 years old, and being 12 or 13, I did 12 or 13-year-old things. Of course, at that time, everyone had a reputation of Radha Krishna Prabhu, like all the devotees said, that he's a very strict person, and he is a very, he chastises you and all that stuff. So, most people would, what they would do is they would be quiet. Versus me, I would look for opportunities to make Prabhu mad. I would sit right in front of him, and I would give the dumbest answer you can possibly give to any question he asked. So I think one time I came back from India. I was visiting my family, my extended family in India, and Prabhu knows I love sweets. I love any type of Indian sweet, cake, whatever. And Prabhu asked me, what's the most famous sweet from your city? And I said, mangoes. So, yeah, those were the good times. I mean, we had a lot of memories in Bhakti Shastri together. I think, whatever, 6, 7 years that I was in his class. And now, I mean, our relationship has changed, where Prabhu is a very, very important mentor to me. The other day, I think like a month ago, I think it was Hanuman Parikshit Maharaj's Vyas Puja. He took me outside after the Vyas Puja and we were talking. He was asking me what I plan to do after I graduate, because I'm graduating in May. So, yeah, I mean, Prabhu is a very, very impactful person, I'm sure for everyone, but even in my life, he's made a very, very big difference. And I feel like without him, I would be a very different person. So I thank him, and I'm really glad we're celebrating his birthday today. I don't know whose idea it was, but thank you, whoever's idea it was, for celebrating Prabhuji's birthday. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna everyone. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. First of all, happy Vyas Puja Prabhuji. I'm glad to be back in Houston again and to be here. Very grateful for that. You have seen me and many others grow up. You have been a huge part of our lives from the time that we were in Sunday school as children till getting married and having kids of our own. You've witnessed every stage of our lives. Not only do you take an active interest in our spiritual life, but our personal lives as well. You are not only our spiritual guide, but our personal mentor. I remember you used to take interest in my writing and reading skills as a kid, encouraging me to read all kinds of books and prepare book summary reports after every book that I finished reading. I was scared of you a little growing up, Every time I would see you at the temple, I would make sure I wore tilak, I wore kandimala. Sometimes I'd want to go in the other direction if I saw you coming, but I was a kid back then. Now I welcome all of your scoldings because they come from a place of love, because you genuinely care. You ensured all of us became well-rounded individuals because you knew that our material life mattered just as much as our spiritual life. Even when I moved out of Houston for all these years, you never failed to ask my parents how I was doing and where I was at. Every month, you remind us that you are still here to help us by getting on a Zoom call and conversing with us about any kind of question or problem we may be facing, no matter how little or how big. You took time out of your busy schedule to remember and to teach us. You have so many people to keep up with, and yet you don't miss out on a single person. You are a second parent to me, and I will continue to follow your words and wisdom to ensure my life is centered around Krishna, centered around loving Him and understanding who He is. I will continue to seek your advice and your guidance because it is invaluable. You genuinely care about everyone's well-being, and I pray that you will continue to bless me and my family as we navigate through all the challenges of life. Happy Vyas Puja.
Next we have Garanga Chandra, who's here from San Antonio. Hey.
Kids, okay?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Happy birthday. Happy Vyas Puja. I don't know what to say because there's so much to say. You've saved my life in ways you may not know, or maybe you do know. You've been there at many important parts of my life. You were there for my graduation. You were there to feed both my children, their first grades. You've blessed our You've done so much for me, and I don't know how to ever repay you. But I hope that you are here for many, many more birthdays, and I hope that my goal. I was hoping that you would be there to teach my kids. This one needs some help. But they're both so blessed because you're in my life and you've slowly in our lives. I hope we can see you and talk to you more in the years to come. Okay, can you say that?
Thank you. Father to me.
So, next speaker will be Bhagavan, and then after that, Swetadweep Prabhu. And it looks like we'll have to end at that point. We'll see what time it is then. But after that, we'll ask Radha Krishna Prabhu to speak a few minutes. And so, apologies, I know there were several more of you that wanted to speak, but we're tight on time. So please do share your offerings with Radha Krishna Prabhu in person or write to him. But thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, happy Vyas Puja. I was thinking that we would run out of time, I wouldn't have some time to speak. And I was planning on writing something for you. I just didn't get a chance to do it. But something came to mind as I was listening to everybody's offerings, and I just wanted to read a little snippet of a purport in the Srimad Bhagavatam from Canto 1. This isn't the full purport, but I'll start here. It says, Srila Prabhupada is saying, there is a practical example in my personal life in this connection. My father was a pure devotee of the Lord, and when I was 4 or 5 years old, my father gave me a couple of forms of Radha and Krishna. In a playful manner, I used to worship these deities along with my sister, and I used to imitate the performances of the neighboring temple of Radha Govinda. By constantly visiting this neighboring temple and copying the ceremonies in this connection, with my own deities of play, I developed a natural affinity for the Lord. My father used to observe all the ceremonies befitting my position. Later on, these activities were suspended due to my association in schools and colleges, and I became completely out of practice. But in my youthful days, when I met my spiritual master, Sri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, again I revived my old habit, and the same playful deities became my worshipful deities in proper regulation. This was followed up until I left the family connection, and I'm pleased that my generous father gave me the first impression, which was developed later into regulative devotional service by his divine grace. The reason why I was reading this is because in that last night, the word that really sticks out to me is impression. And I was meditating on this as a recent purport that I was reading, and I was thinking about all the different personalities with my life that have created deep impressions on my heart. Obviously, early on, as a child, your parents, develop a strong impression on your life, but as you grow up, and especially for us youth that grew up in this community, the impressions are made by the different spiritual leaders within our community. And Radha Krishna Prabhu was one of those people for me. I think we're really fortunate because, especially those teenager years, which I'm sure some other people have spoken about, and for myself going into those high school, college years, you're kind of on that cusp of trying to figure out if this is for you or not. And I think that there were many times where, especially going into college, where I was trying to figure out, is Krishna consciousness for me? And I think that Radha Krishna Prabhu does such an amazing job at creating such deep impressions on our heart, or samskaras on our heart. And even when I was paying obeisances, I was remembering that one time in one of our Bhakti Shastri classes, Radha Krishna Prabhu got all of us to get down, and he taught us exactly how to pay obeisances. And exactly every single portion of our body that should be on the floor. One time he said, like Madhushan said something about the licenses, right? That creates a deep impression. There's things even to this day, ideals that I'm not even close to being able to get to, that I still always remember. And a lot of it I feel like is really surrounded by Vaishnava etiquette. And I think that that's what creates the most strongest impression on us. As we were kind of going through our journey, we started chanting, 1 round, 2 rounds, 4 rounds. And at some point I was chanting 8 rounds a day. And then Radha Krishna Prabhu says, well, if you can chant 8, you can chant 16. And I was like, okay. So then the next day I started chanting 16, and since then I haven't stopped. And so all that credit goes to Radha Krishna Prabhu. And so thank you for creating that deep impression on me and continuing to do that. I know over the more recent years we haven't spent as much time. Obviously in our earlier when we were younger and being a Bhakti Shastri and being able to spend more and more time, but I really relish the time that we are able to spend and have those conversations. And I pray to you on this day that I'm able to continue on this journey and hopefully get to some of those ideals that you have instilled in us. So thank you so much. Thank you.
One with Vrindavan, they were very good pot washers, come and help in the Sunday feast cooking, remember? And frying, that's right.
I mean, even to this day, like in the kitchen, when I'm like cutting cilantro, it's like I remember the way that Radha Krishna Prabhu taught us to cut. So it's like, it's crazy how many small things that like you taught us. So thank you so much.
Because that's how my Guru Maharaj trained me.
Hare Krishna, Radha Krishna Prabhu. I'm very, very happy to be here. I've known Prabhu from 2010, since I moved to Houston. I took his Bhakti Shastri course, as many of you have shared, and I learned many things which stayed with me. One of the main things Prabhu says is Smartavyam Satatam Vishnu Vismartavyam Najatacha Sarve Vidhi Nishide Asyur Etayere Vakim Karma. So always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. All the rules and regulations are servant of this primary rule. I still remember, it's in my heart. Always to remember Krishna. And other things that he taught me is whenever we are doing services, we kind of meditate on those services, like cooking, or like if I have a cooking service on Saturday or on Friday, I meditate from the whole week behind, like what am I going to cook for Radha and Krishna. And these services, many of, even like offering boiling milk, these are services done by Sakhis. It's not very ordinary services. So we take it for granted. But Prabhu's classes have helped me realize this importance of services that I've been doing. But practically, I've been knowing him from like as a friend and as a guide. As many of you have shared, he's one of the very few persons who talk to me in the temple. So it's a very large community, and it's easy to get lost in this community, and I'm one of those. But Prabhu has been very merciful, and I can easily approach him, and he approaches me and asks me, how is your spiritual life? Are you chanting your rounds, etc.? So I feel that this is very valuable devotee in our community, and I would like to take full benefits from his association. I was fortunate to give him a ride to College Station multiple times. I have seen him personally and deal with many situations. I see that all the qualities that I find in the scriptures, he's living those qualities actually. So whenever he speaks about some qualities, like praying to the deities. When you come before deities, he actually prays to the deities. And the cleanliness, one of the Brahminical qualities, he exhibits those qualities. Recently, I've been getting trained in deity worship. I saw that how particular, how clean, and how meticulous he is in planning those activities. So I would like to pray to Radha and Krishna, pray to Gaur-Nitai to bestow best health upon you, so that you can continue, we can be benefited by your association, and our hearts can be open to receiving the messages from you that you have got from your Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone, for all the beautiful offerings. At this time, Radha Krishna Prabhu will ask you to speak a few words, and we'll just, or if you're chanting at home, like for me, maybe you scroll on your phone once in a while, or have a conversation here and there. But if you're chanting with Radha Krishna Prabhu, I think somebody mentioned, you just feel like this energy, right? Like you're just more conscious. And so I think, and you've heard Prabhupada say, our whole philosophy is love. And the more you love, the more you love, the more you surrender. And I think what you're teaching us through this example is that love is in the details. And really through your association, I think like we become more conscious of the details of our service, more Krishna conscious. And we're so grateful to have you in this community and for everything you've done for all of us here. And really is, like Nityananda Prabhu said, I'll bring that back, like one of the happiest days to be able to sit here and glorify you for all the wonderful things you've done for us and for the movement, and will continue to do for Srila Prabhupada's movement. So thank you so much. So without further ado, we'll ask you to speak a few words. Praise Radha Krishna Prabhu ki.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Janandana Shalakaya Chakshushanmalitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Mukam Karoti Vachanam Pangam Langete Girim Yakripha Tamam Vande Shri Gurum Dinataram Paramananda Madham Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Savadata Vadodiya Pushpanta Chitra Santatamam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthava Taleshna Madhitamal Krishna Goswami Niti Namani Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthava Krishna Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namani Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravadi Pracharini Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pachita Desatarine Hare Krishna. It's not easy to sit here and listen to all that praises and glorification. I had to constantly think of my spiritual master, because ultimately we are praising the Guru Parampara all the way back to Krishna, because Krishna is the original Guru. So therefore, when you are praising Krishna through the Guru Parampara. Yeah, sure, we are the via medias, we are trying to connect each and every one of you back to Krishna through the wonderful and exalted Guru Parampara. So, in the same way, and I hope and I pray that I have been also transparent in that way. And I did not actually pursue to become a spiritual master. Never in the wildest dream did I have that purpose. The only thing I wanted to do was go back to Godhead, you know. When you read Prabhupada's book, you say, yeah, let's get out of this place, you know. But somehow or other, because of various circumstances, as well as senior Vaishnavas like Giriraj Swami, His Holiness Romabhat Swami, and Kalaganta Prabhu, and many others, they kept, I would say with quotes, harassing, you know. Like, you know, you have to take up responsibilities and so on. And whenever they say responsibility, take up responsibility, I hear my Guru Maharaj, because that's what he said, you have to take responsibility. Otherwise, what's the purpose of coming into the movement if you don't take the responsibility to enhance the movement and as well as ensure others would get the same benefit that I have achieved in that sense here. So there is a statement, or Shakespeare writes in the 12th Night, or rather there's a letter written to by Malvolio, where it says, some achieve greatness, some have greatness bestowed upon them, and some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness bestowed upon them. So in that way, you know, I don't think I deserve it, but this position has been bestowed upon me, and I'm trying to somehow, you know, manage it. And the only way it's possible is through the prayers of each and every one of you here, your affection, your love, and your wishes that I be successful. I'm only successful if all of you are successful also. And otherwise, it is not a success. Each and every one of you is a guru in your own rights. You can help anyone that you see or meet. You can connect them to Krishna in your own way, your own style. You can do that. So that's the foremost principle that I think we should all adopt, because that's what Mahaprabhu wanted actually. He says, I have this to give, now I want people to come and buy this love of Godhead. And whatever little love we have, we should be able to share. If we don't share, then we become envious of one another. So it's better to give it, and then it's okay, you know, then you'll feel better. I thank all of my senior God brothers and God brothers and God sisters and all of you God cousins and you know, and aspiring disciples, well-wishers, friends, and whether you like me or not, it's okay, you know. As long as you want to help Srila Prabhupada's movement, that's most important. And I hope I can carry that message, and you see that at least in me, in that, right? I may be harsh, but I'm working on that, yeah. It may be a work in progress. You know, we have the natures that we are born with, the three modes of material nature, but I'm using it, you know, in the service of Krishna. So, anyway, in the interest of time, and I know I can hear some stomach growling and so on, there is the Aarti service to do and the so-called Pushpanjali to be given in the Guru Parampara. So I will stop here. And once again, heartfelt, like they say, hearts to all of you. Thank you. I can feel it. This way or this way, I'm not sure, but so thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada, the key.
Radha Krishna Maharaj ki
Srila Prabhupada ki. Actually, I felt very much comfortable when all the tables were around me. So when it was taken, I felt so naked.
So as Prabhu mentioned, thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. As Prabhu mentioned, we'll now have the Pushpanjali, and then which Pushpanjali prayers will be led by Srinivasacharya Prabhu, so you can come forward. And then Patita Pavana Prabhu will be doing the Arati.
Nila Madhava Prabhu will be singing the Arati. Yeah.
Okay, you can all rise and repeat after me. Do the Pushpanjali mantras. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaya Krupabdhaye Krishna Sambandha Vignana Dayine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryojvala Premadhya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine विरुद्धापा सिद्धान्तध्वान्तहारिणे नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्भरसम्भोदे पादाम्बुजाय ते नमः नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगवरायते गौराविर्भावभूमेस्त्वं निर्देष्टा सज्जनप्रियः वैष्णवः सार्वभौमश्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम् हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते जयतां सुरतौ पङ्गोर् मम मन्दमतेर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदाम्भोजौ राधा मदनमोहनौ दिव्यद्वृन्दारण्य कल्पद्रुमादः श्रीमद्रत्नागार सिंहासनस्थौ श्रीमद्राधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेवौ प्रेष्ठालिभिः सेव्यमानौ स्मरामि श्रीमान् रासरसारम्भी वंशीवटतटस्थितः कर्षन्वेणुस्वनैर्गोपीर् गोपीनाथश्रियेस्तु नः तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधा कृष्णा दास इति नामिने एष पुष्पाञ्जलि नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधा कृष्ण दास इति नामिने एष पुष्पांजलि नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधा कृष्ण दास इति नामिने एष पुष्पांजलि राधा कृष्ण दासाय नमः।
His Grace Radha Krishna Prabhu ki! His Grace Radha Krishna Prabhu ki! Samsara dava nalani daloka tranaya karunya gana ganatva Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda. Shri Vigrahada Nityanada
Radha Nityananda Shringaratan Mandiramajanado Yugascha Bhaktamscha Niyunjatopi Vange Guru Shri Charanaravinda Chaturvida Shri Bhagavat Prasado Swadhana Kirta Hari Bhakta Sangha Chaturvida Shri Bhagavat Prasado Swadhana Kirta Hari Bhakta Sangha Kritvaiva triptim bhajata sadeva Vange Guru Shri Charanaravinda Vange Guru Shri Charanaravinda Vange Guru Shri Charanaravinda Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Nikunja Yuno Ratikeli Siddhai Yaya Nividyu Nirapekshaniya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda samasta shastre yuktastada bhagata eva shanti Shakshat Karitena Samasta Shastre Yuktastadama Ataeva Shakti Kintu Pravolya Priya Eva Tasya Prasadat Bhagavat Prasado Yasya Prasada Nagati Kutopi Bhagavat Prasado Yasya Prasada Nagati Kutopi Yasya Prasadat Bhagavat Prasado Yasya prasada nagati kutopi Yayan stubam stasya yashastri sandhya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Shastri Sandhya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Radha Krishna Siddhi Krishna Prasthaya Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadini Vasyatya Deshatarine Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Grace Radha Krishna Prabhu ki! His Holiness the Lord Krishna Goswami Maharaj Srila Gurudeva ki! Srila Prabhupada ki!
Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Guruvacharya Astuttara Shishikha His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Guruvacharya Astuttara Shishikha His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki ISKCON BBT founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki, Prem Se Gaur Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki, Shri Mathura Dham ki, Shri Mayapur Navadim Dham ki, Shri Jagannath Puri Shri Kshetra Dham ki, Ganga Mai ki, Yamuna Mai ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Tulasi Maharani ki, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki, Yugadharma Harinam Sankirtan ki, Transcendental Brihamandaga book distribution ki, Transcendental Prasadam distribution ki, Nitai Gaura Brahmanandi, all glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna, all glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. We have to also thank Manasi Mataji and Saranga Thakur Prabhu because they were the one who instigated all these things.
So now we're going to ask Radha Krishna Prabhu to cut the beautiful cake that's been made for him.
Just when I thought it was all over.
Next picture.
The cake was made by none other than Mother Padadoli, Ritika, Caesar, and Mataji all helped to make this beautiful cake. Thank you all so much.
Little bit on the